Hello, I'm Henry R. Mockingbird, your host with the mustache, and we're going to take a look at another trend from the 1990s. Outside of sports kids movies, another popular trend of the 90s was that of the unforgettable bond between an animal and the human, most notably a kid. And the most fondly remembered of these movies was Free Willy. Now, what happens when you take Free Willy and replace the whale with a gorilla? Why, you get Born to Be Wild. So, let us review Born to Be Wild. Margaret is teaching a gorilla, Katie, sign language. When the gorilla's owner takes Katie back to make money off of the shows, her rebellious son, Rick, breaks Katie out, and then they hit the road. So what do I think? Well, I like it. We open with a very young Katie gorilla being captured by poachers, and then we cut to Katie in a crate, and we get the introduction of our villain character. More on him later. We get our co-star of the film, Rick, who has not had the best of luck. He's been hurt ever since his father up and left the family, and is often getting himself into trouble until he gets a job helping her clean up Katie's cage. Katie is learning sign language from Rick's mom, and she's also part of a study, so that's how she enters the picture. Let's talk about the effects. You have Katie, who's basically a guy in a gorilla suit, and the fact that they're able to pull off so much emotion with this just being a guy in a gorilla suit, it's so good that you just don't see a guy in a gorilla suit. You see Katie. And later we see Rick and Katie connecting. And in these brief moments, we see Rick and Kate connecting and becoming the bestest of friends. We see them goofing around and playing as well. And one of his classmates, whose name is Lacey, ends up befriending him and later becomes his partner in crime, helping him out and giving him ideas on where to go. And then we have the introduction of our villain, Gus, who's a real slimeball and a rotten egg who cares about nobody except himself and his business. And he's played by veteran character actor Peter Boyle. We get this really funny scene in where they stop by at a fast food restaurant, and they have to go through a drive-through. And then Katie sets her eyes on the burger. He grabs the burger, and the woman screams her lungs out. And she tells her manager, "I saw an ape, I saw an ape." And then the manager's like, "Did he pay for his food? Well, then go to the next customer." Another really funny scene is where they go to pick apples, and this random ass hillbilly with overalls and a shotgun, he's like, "Hold it right there. I want that primate." And then his wife shows up, also gun happy. A chase ensues throughout the woods. They keep running and running from these hillbillies until Rick finally trips and he's pretty much a goner. And then, thinking that he is screwed, Katie shows up and pounces on the hillbilly, giving him monkey business. And then he kicks dirt in his face. Another funny scene is when they're hitchhiking and Katie has to be in the back of the truck, horsing around with stuff that you would normally find in a Five Below. Mostly stuff that kids would use to prank themselves with. There's even a part where Katie guzzles down a box of red hot candy and drinks a bottle of soap, and then he burps bubbles. Freaking bubbles! This movie does the kind of formula you would expect with these kinds of films, but it actually throws you a few curveballs. And the ending is very bittersweet. So for that, I give this movie 5 gold stars. Oh, until the next review, I'm Henry R. Mockingbird, your host with the mustache, signing off.
Put your hands together. Come on, clap to this. Gotta watch it. Put your hands together.